So another thing, another thing that's part of the new beginnings. Another thing that's part of the new beginnings, which I actually didn't talk about, is that I was working with my mentor for about 5 years. I was working with my mentor for about 5 years, and he tells me recently that we're only going to meet one time a month. You know, we're going to only meet one time a month, probably in the middle of the month whenever he can squeeze me in. Because he still wants to work with me a little bit more, and still kind of work with me on a schedule. But um, there was going to be a point where he almost didn't want to work with me at all. He didn't want to have me on a schedule or work with me at all because people think I could probably take this Go Gear situation, which is like an Uber ride for people with disabilities and stuff to get to point A to point B and all these other things and etc. For getting my needs met and stuff. So you know, that's another change on the horizon is that my mentor basically, is basically gonna maybe almost quit working with me in the next couple months to a year, because he has already worked with me so long and he's not really permanent. But um, at this point, people say I'm independent. People say I can do what I can do, and yeah, I can order stuff online. Or I could take Go Gear up to Goodwill on my own, and have a good day at Goodwill on my own and stuff, doing my own thing up there. Doing my own thing and living my life. So for the most part, I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to breathe. Doing the best I can, trying to breathe and trying to do what I gotta do. So, um, I am a little frustrated with shit. I am a little frustrated with the past a little bit, but the thing is what about the future? What about the future? The future's not written yet. The past should be over with and done with, but even though it still plays a big part of the future and has an effect kind of on the future, or can have ripple effect on the future, it's still the future's not written yet. The future's not written to the future, so that's a positive part of the new beginnings too. And for me, there's still going to be a bit of creative projects. There's still going to be a bit of art and poetry and things I could still do to get by and be able to express and create. Like I'm supposed to have two new poems. I'm supposed to have two new poems published. Two new poems are supposed to be published, I think, at the beginning of this year. For January or February. I'm supposed to be in already in two new anthologies. For January and February. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see what the future is going to hold and how the situation is going to play out and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I am excited. I am, just interested to see how things are going to go and, uh, the future is going to be a thing. It's kind of scary, but it's kind of like something I have to embrace and go forward. Otherwise, you never know. You never know if you don't go forward and you don't try to go forward and live your life and try to experience what you got to experience. But um, I'm sad that some people in the past couldn't come with me. I'm sad that certain actions and certain people have shown that they don't really can't really give a care about me in the way that I would probably give a care about them or respect them in a way that I would respect them to the point that I could still have them in my life. I'm really sad about that, and I'm sad about how that change still kind of ripples, and it's a negative change, but I'm sad that it's kind of still has an overall effect of everything that has happened in the past that will have an overall effect on my 2023. Um, but we live our lives. We do what we do. We live. We breathe. We have to do what we got to do, and we got to live our lives and be happy. And pretty much, do what we got to do. So I'm up this morning because I had to call for maintenance because I wanted maintenance to check my oven because my oven had a little bit of a burning smell or oil in the oven or a burning smell or something, and I want to make sure it's not going to blow up or something, or have my oven catch on fire or something if I use my oven. So just want to have maintenance come and check it, but they might not be working in this particular site today. They might be working in a different site, so I might have to wait until somebody comes to the site, later on in the week and checks out the situation. So, but for the morning I'm up. I almost wanted to call Go Gear and ask Go Gear to take me to the bank, but I can't get to the bank this morning with Go Gear because Go Gear pretty much booked for Tuesdays. They're pretty booked for Tuesdays, they said, and the situation. I could call them and then give them a call and ask them, but I mean, I think it's going to be pretty booked. I mean, I probably should give them a call and ask them just to be safe, but just doing my thing, just trying to breathe, just trying to live my life and be happy, do what I gotta do, My mother was telling me about this new site you can shop at called Temu, and it's a really cool site that everybody keeps advertising now. You can get cool gadgets and cool necklaces and jewelry and cool things like that off of. So, if I can next month, I'm going to order a bunch of things from Temu and get what I need and get a bunch of things then. But I haven't actually had the time or the money to necessarily do that right now. So I'm not going to do it right now. But the other thing, too, is my mom's irresponsibility. My mom's being irresponsible, and she thinks I'm just going to drop my life here. I'm just going to drop my life here because she thinks it's going to be better for her and myself if she just decides to drop her life here in Connecticut and then move herself all the way to Arkansas, like Little Rock, Arkansas, and and try to move herself all the way to Little Rock and try to make a life down there because she thinks everything's cheaper and this and that and etc. And she thinks it's probably better, but probably be better for me too. Granted, it may not be better mental health services. It may not be better, better things for people, people with disabilities and stuff that have to go down there. It's like they may not be good or better for people, but my mom's just kind of being kind of inconsiderate and thinking that she's trying to be considerate, but it's really being inconsiderate that she thinks I'm just going to drop my life. I didn't have a life here that was beneficial or good or had some aspects to it that were good, that she just wants me to drop everything and move down there with her because she wants to go on a limb because she's tired of Connecticut and tired of the life she's living down here and stuff like that. But that's one of those changes that may or may not happen, and I almost want to say not happen because it doesn't seem realistic. It doesn't seem planted on anything that's real or appropriately being done, in an appropriate manner. So, that's just basically what it's doing. But anyways, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. I'm looking forward to 2000. I'm looking forward to 2023. I should read my resolutions. Since this is a poetry, an art video thing. I should go to my resolutions and read my 50 or so resolutions through the thing, and I think I'm gonna do that next. So.